In this video, we will discuss how to form the pluperfect tense of the subjunctive mood. Let's start with a brief example. Cum caenam consumsisset, laetus erat. Now, you might recognize that this sentence uses a cum clause, which starts with the word cum and ends with the word consumsisset. The verb of this clause is consumsisset, and there is no stated subject of this clause, so we'll imply it from the verb, consumsisset. Caenam is a direct object in the accusative case. In the main part of our sentence, erat is the verb, and again there is no stated nominative subject, and so we'll imply it from the verb. We might translate this sentence as, when he had eaten dinner, he was happy. Now take a quick note of the word consumsisset, because this is a verb in the pluperfect active subjunctive. Notice that it's built on the third principal part, so it uses the perfect stem. We use the four letters I-S-S-E, and we use a regular personal ending. Let's take a look at some full conjugation charts. And we'll start with the example, amo, amare, amavi, amatum, the verb to love. As I just mentioned, we'll use the third principal part to make our perfect stem. We do this by removing the I, and so we have amav. To this, we'll add the four letters I-S-S-E, and so we have amawisse. And now we add our standard active personal ending, the letter M. So we have amawissem. And then from here, we apply the rest of our standard active personal endings. And so altogether we have amawissem, amawisses, amawisset, amawissemus, amawissetus, and amawissent. The same process applies to all verbs, no matter what conjugation they are. And so let's take a look at one more example. Facio, facere, faci, factum, the verb to do or to make. And so our first person singular will follow those same patterns. Facissem. We have our perfect stem, fake. We have the four letters I-S-S-E, and then we have a personal ending, M. The full chart will be facissem, facisses, facisset, facissemus, facissetus, and facissent. So let's now sum up the pluperfect active subjunctive. Our rule for forming the pluperfect active subjunctive is to take the perfect stem, add the four letters I-S-S-E, and then add a personal ending. Another way you could think of this is that you could form the perfect active infinitive, which is the perfect stem plus issa, and then add a personal ending to the perfect active infinitive. And so, the examples that we've seen so far, we have amawissem, amawisses, and amawisset, etc. And we also have facissem, facisses, facisset, etc. Now, as for all verbs in the subjunctive mood, the way that we translate them depends very much on the context of the sentence and the context of the passage. And so, by itself, we can't have a standard translation. So the translation of a pluperfect active subjunctive depends on the context.